Snooze your mind. Stop thinking. Sharon, Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 141 of our Supersize You Annual challenge. Sip some coffee. Let's talk about this today. What is your current relationship with rest? Resting your mind, not just your body, but resting your whole mind and your thinking and turning your thinking off sometimes. I used to be absolutely horrible at this, and I will admit that I am still a little bit on the edge of whether I successfully pull it off. I pull it off every day, but some days better than others, some days longer than others. I think that's kind of the human condition. We do what we can with what we've got right now. And when we learn more, we do better. When we do better, we have a more positive impact on the world around us. So today we're going to talk about our rest and our sleep and the impact it has on our ability to think, come up with ideas, see possibilities where sometimes we see none. Active rest. There's active rest and there's passive rest. Active rest is when we consciously go to bed at night and actually sleep, not lay in bed at 2 o'clock in the morning wondering what we're going to do about a current challenge or problem we might be having in our life. So passive rest is when we're just doing nothing. We're just no mind. Active rest is when we're doing something that allows our mind to take a break. I'm going to share what I do. And people are probably like, are you kidding me? What I do for active rest is I do the laundry. I do dishes. I do routine things because it allows me to stop thinking about anything intellectual, and I call it my no mind activities. But it also is serving two functions, which feeds my desire to get a lot of stuff done. And I think it's weird, but I've been doing it for about the last 5 years. I've probably done it longer than that, but consciously for about the last 5 years. I'll be working on something and then I'll be like, okay, I need a break. And so I will go either load the dishwasher, unload the dishwasher, or do some hand washing dishes, do some laundry, run a dryer, fold the clothes, I usually don't put them away. I just fold them and put them in a stack and let other people put them away. But that is one thing that I have found that it serves a dual purpose, but it also allows me time to just let my mind wander and think about maybe a problem or a challenge I'm having. I was having a challenge with this morning, recording on live, because Facebook changes things all the time. And I know that, I understand that. And I'm like, all right, it's got to be here somewhere. I was trying to find the live button. Well, it's the 3 little dots up above now. It's totally different than it usually is. There's usually a big live thing down below the picture, and I can just click on that. Well, it wouldn't let me add a title or anything. So I'm like, there's something wrong with this. And I figured it out. Thus, I'm recording right now. So today, I want you to think about, do you look at resting and giving your brain a break as actually nourishing and productive and good for you? Or do you look at it as being lazy? Because guess what? If you think you're being lazy every time you rest your brain and your mind and your thinking, you're setting yourself up for burnout, stress, breakdowns. And I did this. I actually, leading up to when I was 50, I had a sudden cardiac arrest. And leading up to that event, I had literally run through my life up to that point in a lot of different areas and aspects of my life. It wasn't just business. It wasn't just my relationships. It was about 5 of the, or more of the 9 areas of the life framework for me were really messed up. And I needed to stop, think, and change. But I didn't even allow myself time to stop or think. And that caused me to do the ultimate thing. I dropped dead in one of my businesses. And lucky for me, the bartender at that business, which was above my Italian food manufacturing business at the time, knew CPR and was able to help me until the emergency people arrived. So that's why I get to sit here and pontificate every day. I love the word pontificate. I found myself using it a lot lately. All right, so what are we going to do about this? How are we going to make a commitment to ourselves that we are going to consciously shut our mind off and take a break sometimes from our thinking? Why? Because it stimulates our creativity. If we just shut our mind off and let it do its work in the background, it's why sleep is so important. It's why why walking in nature. It's why breathing. Our brain needs breathing, right? Our mind needs fresh air and sunshine and all the things that make us feel good. So we need to feed it some more of that and then allow ourselves the ability to take a time out. Give yourself a time out. How awesome is that? You know, as adults, we never give ourselves a time out, or we seldom do. But what if we did? Hey, I'm going to give myself a 5-minute time out. Set a 5-minute timer and just do a silent meditation. Just sit without saying anything or doing anything for 5 minutes. When's the last time you actually allowed yourself to do that? I'm going to do it today. That's going to be my action item today. So pick something that you can do today. I'm just going to recommend go for a 20-minute walk outside or something. We're getting new siding today, so I have a feeling I'm going to want to get out of the house and spend some time in nature, because there'll be that bang, bang, bang. Not quite as bad as getting a new roof, but it's right up there. All right. That is our topic for today. If you want some reflective questions, hit me up and ask. Just put questions, and I will put them in the comments below. Otherwise, go out, make it an amazing day. Rest your mind consciously somehow today, and then share in the comments below how you do that. How do you know, I do laundry and dishes, right? Which is active resting. So maybe I need some more passive resting where I just do nothing. That's going to be my silent meditation. Here it is. Here's what I'm going to do. You can choose to do, and then share in the comments below what you're going to do. I'm going to do a 5-minute silent meditation sometime during the day. It's going to be a random time during the day. Not my usual process of some of my routines, but as an additional 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. I'm not going to commit to any more than that. Silent meditation. I'll probably have to find maybe I'll go to the park and sit on a park bench, something. That would do my walk in nature. Silent meditation. Look at that. I'm always putting things together to be more effective and efficient. I can't turn it off. I can't. There's no such thing as can't, but if there was, this would be something that doesn't happen. I just never seem to turn it off. All right. So share in the comments below, what are you going to do to give yourself the mental break, the snooze to your mind that you need to be more effective and efficient, to supersize and create the best possible life for yourself and those you love and care about. All right, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.